Right now, current weather in Nashville, we have calm winds, scattered clouds, temperature of 1 degree. We'll update you with that weather and ETA at the top of our descent. On behalf of myself, the rest of the flight crew, I'd like to thank you for choosing West Jane Encore. And once again, welcome aboard.
I'm gonna fight 'em all. A 7-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it up, taking their time right behind my back. Yeah, and I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget.
Hey, welcome to Nashville, Tennessee. I've never been to Nashville before, so it's kind of exciting. I've had some friends that work in the music industry that have given me a bit of an itinerary of things to check out, places to go, food to eat, and things to do. One of the coolest things, though, is this place. So we looked at a conference hotel, and the conference hotel was $300 or something a night. It just wasn't in the budget for myself and my buddies. Early in the game, we rented a place, and it turned out to be pretty good value. But a couple weeks before our flight, I got a call, and I thought, okay, this is not good. I don't normally get calls on my cell phone from Tennessee. I answered it. It was the property management company that was representing Airbnb, and she kind of sheepishly told me that the place that we had rented was no longer for rent. They've taken it off Airbnb. She was super sorry, but that they had another listing in the same neighborhood and that it was a substantial upgrade, and she wasn't lying. She would give it to us straight across if we would not be inconvenienced. So I took a look, and wow, this place is pretty ridiculous. I took it immediately. It's 2,600 square feet. It's in a neighborhood called the Gulch, which is sort of the trendy, higher end sort of area. It's pretty snooty, I guess, but lots of condos, lots of restaurants, lots of high-end shopping, really safe to walk around at night. 3 floors, private elevator. I have my own floor all to myself. Each room's got a sitting area, a coffee bar, a TV. On my floor, like I said, I've got an elevator, but I also have a private deck. There's a private deck for me on the roof, and there's a separate entrance for my coworkers on the next floor, and it looks kind of like an art gallery down on the main floor. There's a full kitchen, and it's quite beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, we're super spoiled. So we've been enjoying the house. We flew in from Lethbridge via Toronto. It was a pretty long flight, I'm not gonna lie. We had a pretty harrowing drive to the airport from Lethbridge to Calgary. Once we were in Calgary, we flew the red eye 1 a.m. to Toronto, cleared customs, hung out in Toronto for a little bit, made the pilgrimage to Nashville, waited much too long until this place would let us in. They had a 3 p.m. check-in that they wouldn't budge on. We had an 11 a.m. arrival. So we ended up sort of rolling our suitcases around the Gulch, that high-end neighborhood I talked about, looking for a place to eat and to kill some time. So I holed myself up in a Starbucks for a couple hours, did some work, and then at 3 o'clock, bingo presto, we're here, and life is pretty crazy. The bathroom in this place is bigger than my bedroom at home. The closet has its own washer and dryer, and I guess if this is how rich people live, maybe now I understand why they work so much. So I never really understand why people work so much to attain material things, but if this is kind of the deal, I could get used to it. Not the work part, but the rewards. It would be pretty sweet. So we've got, like I said, I'm here for a tech conference. We're walking, we're hoofing it. We decided not to rent a car. We used Uber a little bit. And so the first day was, I don't know, 16 kilometers of walking, which for this cowboy is quite a bit. And so my feet have been not feeling the greatest, but it feels good to be active, feels good to be out there. We checked out the tech conference at Music City Hall, which is a pretty gargantuan facility. They have a sustainable garden on the roof. They have honeybees that they cultivate on their roof. It's really eco, sort of LEED friendly environmental design, lots of glass. It's pretty monstrous. I'm pretty impressed by the architecture. If that's your thing, definitely check it out. They have honeybees that produce 60 pounds of honey each year that are on the roof. And I don't know if I've heard another conference center that does that. Across the street from Music City Hall is Nissan Stadium. And of course, if you're an NHL fan, that's where the Predators are playing Colorado tonight. So we expect that that's going to be pretty ridiculous. It's going to be pretty sold out. I think the guys were trying to get tickets, but I know that as a city, Nashville's setting up an outdoor area where you can watch just an outdoor screen and cheer along. So I might go check that out. The food here is dangerous and ridiculous. We checked out the Sun Diner, which I don't know if you know much about Sun Records, but Sun Records was out of Memphis, and that's the label that I think Elvis, Buddy Holly, Johnny Cash, all the sort of roots of rock and roll sort of emanated from there. So we checked out the Johnny Cash Museum, and they had a Sun Records sort of themed diner where I had to have chicken and waffles, which is sort of a thing that we have when we're away down south. And maybe my friend Justin, shout out to Justin Quinton, he sort of started it. We were on a trip where I was shooting photos down in Los Angeles, and we were in a little more Spanish area of LA, and they had this old school Latino diner, and Justin had chicken and waffles. I went to Sun Diner and I had chicken and waffles, and it was ridiculously good. Like I said, the food is crazy. We went to a private party for the tech conference that I'm at. One of the vendors had rented out a place called FGL House, which is Florida Georgia Line, and it had a rooftop bar as well and some live entertainment. And of course, when the vendors are picking up the tab, I'm going. So we had some great time there. We're gonna fly out tomorrow, maybe enjoy the city a little bit more, maybe, you know, just kind of relax and explore what we can on foot. I mean, it gets to be a little bit walking all the time, but I definitely want to come back here with my family. I'm missing my wife, I'm missing my kids. I know it's hard to say when people don't travel very much that, you know, you're missing your family, but that's the side of travel that it makes it awesome to come home again. When you miss the people that you love, it makes the whole idea of travel worthwhile. You go away, you get new experiences, new ideas, you come back and you've got tons of stories to tell with the people that you love. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna probably do a bit of a tour of this place because I think it's worth checking out. I don't know that we'll be back here again. It was a mix-up with Airbnb, and I don't think on the average day we would probably spend this kind of cash. But I mean, there's Lamborghinis in the neighborhood, there's Maseratis, there's beautiful exotic cars. There's no grocery stores because maybe just rich people eat at restaurants all the time, or maybe they aren't on foot, so maybe they just go to their grocery store when their black Yukon or Escalade decides to drive them. We did take Uber one night, and it was, of course, stereotypically a black Yukon, so we fit. We looked right like we had the fancy house. We've got the stereotypical black SUV that every rich person needs to have. And it was cool. We're right by Music Row. I mean, BMI, Music City, all those recording places are close by. I ran into a recording engineer who was on his break outside one of the studios on my walk the other day. And he had his dog that he brought to work, his dog named Booger. And he was a Great Dane. And I recently just lost my dog, so I was feeling a little down. And so on the walk, I saw this dude named, well, I don't know his name. I checked out his dog, and dog people naturally will let you pet their dogs if they see that you're sort of interested. And I got to play with this little 160-pound dog named Booger for a little while, and that was really good. So I guess we're loading up, heading on a plane. I got to do some photography down here, got to do some videography. I shot a time lapse of the conference. I shot a time lapse of the Nashville skyline. And so hopefully this is a prettier vlog entry than normal. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe make a comment. If you didn't, well, hey, it was free. Sorry about your luck. See you in the next video.
On that day.
And that's a wrap for Nashville.
Yeah.
That's all.
You were downstairs, I was upstairs.